Dear students, topic for this section is Google App Engine. Google App Engine is a PaaS implementation, that is platform as a service implementation that provides services for developing and hosting the scalable web application. This app engine is essentially a distributed and scalable runtime environment that uses the Google's distributed infrastructure to scale out the application facing a large number of requests by allocating more computing resources and adjusting the load among them. The runtime is completed by a collection of services that allow developers to design and implement the applications. So developers can develop their application using Java, Python or Go. Go is a new programming language developed by Google to simplify the development of web applications. Okay. So first topic, it consists of architecture and core concept, then application life cycle, cost model and observation. So first topic is architectural and core concepts. So this is the architecture of Google App Engine. It consists of web apps and sandbox runtime environment. The architecture and core concept consist of infrastructure, runtime environment, storage, application services and compute services. So we will see this one by one. First we will see infrastructure. So App Engine hosts web application and its primary function is to serve the user request efficiently. Okay, what is its primary function? Is to serve the user request, the request which are come from the user. So for doing so, to serve the user request, App Engine infrastructure takes advantage of many servers available with the Google data centers. The servers which are available with the Google data centers that are used by this App Engine. For each HTTP request, App Engine locates the server hosting the application that processes that request. So according to the request, App Engine locates the server, evaluates their load and if necessary allocate the additional resources. So according to the request, if any resources is required, that is also allocated to that server and or redirect the request to an existing server. So the particular design of application which does not expect any state of information to be implicitly maintained between requests to the same application. The infrastructure is also responsible for monitoring application performance and collecting statistics on which the billing is calculated. Next is a runtime environment. So the runtime environment represents the execution context of applications which is hosted on App Engine. The runtime comes into existence when the request handler starts executing and terminates when the handler has completed. Okay, sandboxing is one of the major responsibility of the runtime environment is to provide the application environment with an isolated and protected context so that unauthorized access cannot be done to the runtime environment. Okay, so for that purpose the sandboxing technology is used, in which it can execute without causing a threat to the server or without being influenced by the other application. So it provides the application with sandbox. Sandbox is a technology which is isolated from another environment so that it cannot be influenced by other applications. Then supported runtimes. Currently it is possible to develop the App Engine application using 3 different languages, and that languages are Java, Python and Go. Go is the new programming language. App Engine currently supports Java 6, Java Server Pages as well as Java Servlet standards. Okay, developers can create the application within the App Engine using Java SDK, which allows to develop the application with either Java 5 or Java 6. And for the Python, support for Python is provided by an optimized Python 2.5.2 interpreter. The Go runtime environment allows applications developed with the Go programming language to be hosted and executed in App Engine. Next is storage. So App Engine provides various types of storage which operate differently depending on the volatility of the data. So there are three different levels of storage: in-memory cache, storage for semi-structured data, and long-term storage. So first is static file servers. As we know, the data for the web application may be a static or dynamic. Static means the data which does not change, and dynamic means which change according to the time, like the match score, weather. These are the dynamic data. So web application are composed of dynamic and static data. Dynamic data are a result of the logic of the application and the interaction within the user, and static data are the mostly constituted of the components that define the graphical layout. Okay, so these files can be hosted on a static file server because they are not changed or modified frequently. Next is data store. So data store is a service that allows developers to store the semi-structured data. The service is designed to scale and optimized to quickly access the data. So data store can be considered as a large object database in which to store objects that can be retrieved by a specified key. With respect to the traditional web application backed by relational database, data store imposes less constraint, okay, but it cannot support some of the feature of relational database model. Data store provides high level abstraction that simplify interaction with the big table. So developers define their data in terms of entity and properties. The entity is associated with a key which is either provided by the user or created automatically by application. So in this data store, the data is stored in terms of entity and properties. Okay, so next topic we will see in the next section. Thank you.